Well, no, those 40,000 can't live in peace unless Xena's dead.
Well, fuck them.
Just let them be like that a little
Let's think
longer.
about those
Haters
40,000.
gonna hate.
You are listening to episode 6 of The Bastards of Kingsgrave. Today we'll be covering Hercules, the Legendary Journeys, and Xena, the Warrior Princess. This is Amin.
This is Ashley.
And we have a guest host here.
Hi, my name is Princess. I'm on the forum as Melina Pendulum. And I got into this podcast initially because I saw that Larry from Otaku Assemble had done podcasts with you, and I was like, these guys seem cool. And then I kind of got hooked, and then I started listening to all your stuff and started being a fangirl. And then I found that you were doing this podcast, and I was like, why not? You know, they're fun, and you guys are great, so I'm glad to be here today.
Awesome.
Yay.
Okay, so ladies, starting with Ashley, how did you get into these shows?
Okay. I don't think you realize this, but I was a huge Xena fan. Like, you have no idea how excited I am about this one time.
Did you have a Xena costume?
I designed some, but I was too young to make anything.
I tried.
Yeah. But okay, I guess I got in with the television movies with Hercules, and watched those, and then it became a series, and I watched it religiously, and of course then Xena came along, and that just, most people were like, so much better than Hercules, and you just watch Xena all the time. So yeah, that's how I got into it.
Yeah, for me, my mother actually loved Hercules first. So whenever she would do my hair or do anything with me, I had to watch it because she was like, you need to watch this. So I ended up watching Hercules, and then when Xena came on, she was obsessed. So I ended up watching it with her. And then we became huge fans of the show, and I'm so mad that Xena Convention is canceled because I wanted to go so bad. I had my staff and everything, but alas, it's over.
There was a Xena Convention?
Oh yeah, they had Xena Convention for a long time, and they just had the last one this year, and I'm so pissed.
Oh, they'll probably bring it back at some point, hopefully.
God, I hope so. I was like, I need to meet Callisto. She's my role model for
I know they've had Renee O'Connor at the Fan Expo in Toronto.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
so that's about it I've gotten to with the actors.
Yeah, I same thing as Ashley. I saw the Action Pack movies. They were part of the. Have you ever heard of Vanishing Sun and those other? There's the thing that Universal Studios had where they'd had these different shows, and Hercules started as 5 Action Pack movies. Mm-hmm. And did you see all 5 of them, Ashley?
I'd have to look at the names.
Yeah.
Is it on this site?
The first one was Hercules and the Amazon Women, and it had.
I've seen that one. Yeah. I know I've seen a lot of them. I don't know if I've seen them all, but I mean, if they were on TV, I'd watch them.
Yeah, it had the Touched by an Angel actress. Was it Touched by an Angel? Here, let me send you the IMDb for it. Had Anthony Quinn as Zeus, so they had some big names.
Yep. Oh, cool.
And Lucy Lawless was actually in a couple of those movies, but she was just acting as other minor characters. That's before they
I've
for Xena.
heard about that.
Yeah, she was a blonde actually. She was in the first movie. She sleeps with Anthony Quinn in the first movie, so it's pretty funny. Where's Roma Downey? So I saw that there was a couple other ones that I saw, and it was just, being a young kid watching it, it was an awesome experience. Especially, I remember in the 4th movie, or one of the movies, they have this woman who bathes in milk, and that was an interesting experience. But I remember watching, I kept watching it when I was on TV, but I was hoping there'd be more, and there wasn't there, so I kind of gave up on it. And then a year or two later, I just was watching TV and I saw Hercules on there, and I was like, oh, is this a new movie or something, or why is it so short? It's only 40 minutes. And I was like, oh wow, the series is there. So it was a show I grew up with, and I remember watching seeing the Xena episodes on Hercules the first few times, the first time, and that was great. And then there's a new series, and so both series have a special place in my heart, which actually brings to the next question. I guess both of you prefer Xena over Hercules.
Yes.
It's a tone thing because Xena was always a little bit darker than Hercules, and go ahead.
Well, I was gonna say, and Hercules was more cheesy than I remembered. Well, Xena was pretty cheesy too.
Yeah, they're both really campy, but Xena was always kind of like this redemption story about how she was this warlock and she was killing bitches and just being horrible, and her
Xena's the Hound.
basically, and Gabrielle is Sansa. That's her.
Yeah.
Her little bard.
Yeah.
But so there was all this aspect of her trying to be better. And I felt like I liked that story a little bit more than Hercules. But I will admit, after a while, they started drinking the Kool-Aid on Xena and it started to get really, really, really crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah, like Xena, part of it, because I also have down here the themes. Hercules was mostly a monster fighting show.
Yeah.
Like they did have also personal conflicts, but just the way he was more tied to the gods and tied to monster fighting, whereas Xena became a more personal one-on-ones, like historical. I mean, it wasn't a historical show, but it dealt with pseudo-historical characters. It didn't care about gods as much. They were in there at certain points, but
I think Hercules was most interesting when he was actually dealing with his mother, which really wasn't all that often.
Yeah. Or his whole thing with his dad and his godhood and those aspects of his character. Because otherwise, he was kind of like Superman in a lot of aspects.
Yeah, there's definitely an age difference in target audience. Like Hercules is definitely more geared towards younger kids, whereas Xena was very obviously meant for a not necessarily adult audience, but I guess, I mean, I know a lot of other girls also loved Xena, and I think it's also the whole having a kick-ass female lead character that wasn't all sparkly ponies and whatnot, but she was actually a real badass, and
she looked like she could kick your ass, basically.
Yeah.
And there was more body counts in Xena, right? They were able to kill more people on there. A lot of those people that
people were just knocked unconscious.
People that were punched into roofs. A lot of those guys probably died off screen.
In like any fight with Xena, she's just slicing and dicing and stabbing, even when it's not necessary. She'll just stab you because she's there.
Yeah, and you get the whole morality thing with Gabrielle slowly turning more and more warrior-like, and less like the the conscience of Xena, but more you get the whole. I love the morality going on in Xena.
The darker Gabrielle gets, the more her clothing shrinks. It's science.
Fantasy.
That was an interesting thing about Xena, both when she was like the evil Xena and also when she was redeeming her. She wasn't afraid to use her body to her advantage, but it wasn't like a cheapening thing. It was just like another tool in the toolbox.
Xena was hot.
Yeah.
Like, she was all leathery and bound. She confused plenty girls at that age because she was hot.
And she wasn't natural dark-haired, right? She dyed her hair.
No, she's naturally blonde, yeah.
Is she really naturally?
Yep. Yeah. That was weird when I found that out.
Okay, let's see what else we got here. Before we get on to the next, but even though I still, because I grew up first with Hercules, I prefer the show slightly more. But it's really close because I do admit that Xena had the more complex storylines, that sort of thing. But I mean, I loved both shows, and I loved when they had the chance to do crossovers. I really enjoyed those, and I wish they had done more crossovers. So.
And for years, I never saw the Hercules Xena episode that started at all. And it wasn't until the internet that I was finally able to find it, because I don't know if they were purposely never showing it on TV again, in order to sell that particular episode, because you could never see it and everyone wanted to see it, but it drove me nuts.
Well, it's a trilogy episode. Actually, let's just talk about that. We got time, right? Okay.
Yeah.
So the first appearance of Xena, let me think. I guess.
Well, I have to say, because I didn't see it until after I had watched the entire series of Thing, it was so different. Her characterization, they changed it so much, going from those to the her character in her own show.
It was a huge retcon because they wanted to do the whole arc thing, so they had to make her more sympathetic and all that stuff. Well,
the problem was she's done a lot of things in that 10 years. She's been or whatever, in the last 10 years before she gets redeemed. She does a lot, but they end up the Xena that's in the first Hercules seems to have fallen on really low times, if that's Xena, because she's just a backyard warlord, whereas she did all those things beforehand. So they had to go back and cram all those things between the, I guess, like...
Yeah, maybe that's why they never showed it on television again, because it just didn't make any sense.
Yeah. But a lot of the roots of the character were still there. Like, she was a good fighter, but she had a certain sense of honor, even as a Xena, evil Xena. So that was there from the second episode. The first one was, I'm trying to remember here, like...
she was trying to like get Aeolus or something, and like to seduce Hercules.
But before they even get, like, they start with a scene where like Aeolus and Herc are just like bare chested and working in the smith shop, and Herc makes him like this dagger of friendship or something. There's some symbolism.
I just have to say, I had a crush on Aeolus when I was a little kid.
He was adorable.
And but yeah, basically, the gist of that episode is Xena tries to seduce Aeolus as a plan to try to pit them against each other, pit Aeolus against Hercules, and then take him out.
Yeah, and then to get Aeolus to join her whole band of misfits.
Yeah, it only takes one or two dips in the jacuzzi to turn Aeolus.
Yeah.
And I'll see if I can find that picture. It's pretty funny.
Well, Xena's taller than him too, isn't she?
I think so, yeah.
A little bit, yeah. And it was so funny because I actually saw that bath scene during a preview for the animated movie. And it was so weird because I'm just like, why is Xena in the bathtub with the Aeolus?
You know those bathtubs in the woods. Strange things happen.
Xena Aeolus road trip.
A man needed a bath. Oh, here we go. The second link. Apparently, when I was listening to the commentary, that water was actually pretty cold. They had to pretend that it was like steaming hot, but it's like cold water.
There was some shrinkage involved.
Yeah, that was. But they reconcile and they chase Xena off. But then
bros before hoes.
Yeah, basically, bros with the daggers. He gets the dagger of friendship back. And so, but when I saw that episode, I the first time I really enjoyed it. It was good, but I didn't expect Xena to come back the next episode. I think it was like the next episode she's back, because usually it was just one off. You had this bad guy and then it was gone. But then they start to. They also, I think this is when they bring Salmonius in to meet Xena, and they kind of show her good side, her good potential there, and they end up working together to kill her lieutenant, which they carry on into some of the Xeno episodes later on. I think they carry the continuity. And then there's another Xena episode right after that, which is like the hookup episode where Xena hooks up with Hercules, and apparently they cut a lot of the love scene out from TV.
Yeah, I remember you posted that on the thread. I'm just kind of like, wow, that would have rocked my adolescence.
Yeah, they sold that as a special DVD to get, but it was it was a bit much for TV maybe.
I don't know. Xena's gotten pretty risque in her day.
Yeah, you're right. That was a couple of years later. Every year made a difference back then, right? Like it was the 90s were a transformative decade when it comes to social change and TV and everything. So, like Xena ends up redeemed and then goes off on her way to have her own TV series. Okay, so let's take a look at the document. So Melina was posted here a question: who was the better sidekick, Gabrielle or Aeolus?
It's hard to say.
I mean, I feel like Aeolus died so many times. Like he was like the Kenny of Hercules. I think he died about 4 times.
Yeah.
And he came back in like the weirdest ways. I remember one time he ran off with some mermaid chick. What did
you convinced me. I gotta go with Gabrielle. I was gonna say she started off annoying, but she quickly got better, and yeah.
She's definitely the most improved.
Yeah. She always served her purpose. She was always growing up.
Yeah.
Yeah. Her character was always changing, which was good.
Well, Aeolus had a bit of a jealousy factor early on. Like he was jealous of Hercules for a couple seasons, but they had character development. They worked past that, and he was able to get over that. So that was interesting.
I love the crossover episodes where you'd see that the sidekicks almost
they would hook up,
but not really, but just sort of.
He's like way older than her too. He's like 20 years old.
Like, I think in the first season of Xena, there was an episode where Hercules and Xena were working together to go do something. And Aeolus got hurt as Gabrielle starts telling him this story about soulmates and they had this intimate kiss, and I'm like, where did this come from? He met him 2 days ago.
Oh, he almost was a player. Like, he had so many notches on his belt, he could barely keep it up.
Aphrodite.
They actually had, like, the one time his belt fell off because there was so many notches.
It's really not his fault. It's the belt.
Oh, the other thing they had is, like, I mean, with Xena and Gabrielle, they had the whole, like, lesbian overtone thing. Like, are they lovers, aren't they? Like, that was the whole thing, right? They wouldn't reveal it.
Yeah, well, that was more later into the series, though.
Yeah.
Like, I guess when the writers got bold.
Yeah. Or not bold enough, according to some people, right?
It was
Well, for the time, I think it was really quite something.
I mean, they kissed at least. I can remember them kissing, like, on the lips, like, many times. It was always kind of implied that they loved each other, because they kept saying about how, like, her, Gabrielle, Xena, and for some reason Joxer were all soulmates, and that's why they were always meeting in, like, those future episodes as, like, everyone's descendant. And I'm just like, okay, that's lovely.
Well, they had that episode where they had the interviewer, which actually was Aeolus's actor, I think. Do you remember that? Where they have an interviewer guy that goes and interviews everyone?
Yeah, I remember that.
Yeah.
They always had those, like, weird episodes where they'd be like, where they had to, like, there was one that's kind of like Indiana Jones theme where they went into this cave as their future selves to awaken Ares, who then awakened Xena's future self. It was too much. That was a Kool-Aid episode.
Well, that's what was great about the show is that, you know, you could have the serious episodes, but then you could really go, like, all over the place with the fantasy scene. Mm-hmm. You could, like, just take it wherever you want. And I mean, some of the episodes are hilarious, like when Ares on a farm.
Oh my god, yes.
And I just want to say, it always pissed me off. Buffy, once more with feeling, the way they went on and on about how it was such a new thing and they were the first ever to do it. I'm like, dude, have you ever watched Xena? Excuse me?
The Bittersweet is like one of the best TV musicals ever. Yeah. It was awesome.
Was that when they were fighting each other, kind of?
Yeah, it was after, I think, they got each other's kids killed.
Yeah.
They're all pissed off, flew off a cliff at some point.
Oh, yeah.
It's your fault. No, it's your fault. Calm down.
Yeah. And then they did another musical episode as well, which was hilarious.
Yeah. Like, it was like a musical competition episode on top of it. Like,
I think was it Joxer had a twin brother or something that was into music, or I don't know. I can't remember.
Yeah, he had two twin brothers.
There was a double, anyways, in there.
Yeah, and the 3 Xenas. There's always twins.
Oh yeah, Joxer was always sleeping with one of those Xenas, right? I think it was like, Meg. Yeah.
Meg, yeah.
That was a funny episode when he thought that he'd slept with Xena. He was like telling everybody.
Or the Groundhog Day episode. Oh my god.
Oh my gosh, I love Joxer.
Oh, what is this? So in that interview episode, they asked whether they're lovers, then it cuts out, and you just hear like technically, well, technically, and then ... Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Kinda, sorta.
Yeah. Sorry, I went on a tangent there.
Oh, we're going on tangents. It's fine. Like, we don't have a lot in the documents, so we can. You said like how many times Aeolus died? Like, he died in the Action Pack movie where he gets killed by like the Amazons, and then he gets brought back when they go back in time. Mm-hmm. And then he dies.
He gets turned into a stone by some demon.
Oh yeah, right. Yeah, that's like the first episode. That's like the pilot, I think. He gets killed by the she devil. Mm-hmm. That's when Hercules' family gets burned to ash. That's a starter.
That was hardcore.
Well, they needed to get rid of his family.
I love how you're laughing while you say that.
I know. I'm laughing because
you're like, oh, they got burned to ash.
No, I'm laughing because it's like,
baby,
well, Hercules is supposed to be like the really cheerful one, but it still had dark moments in it, right? That's like the first scene. He wakes up, he's like, oh, my beautiful family, and then like a fireball comes out. The whole thing. But the family had to go, otherwise he wouldn't have the show, right?
Yep.
And it could have been so much darker, because I know in the original myth, like, Hera makes Hercules kill his family.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, when I heard that, I was kind of like, oh god, that'd have been too intense.
Oh no, that would be... and Hercules is like Jon Snow. He doesn't want to father any bastards, so he's really he's really particular with who he sleeps with. He could be just like he have like groupies all over the place, but he's actually pretty particular. I think Xena was the first one he actually slept with since his wife died. Yeah, I think.
That was his regret.
Yeah.
No, nothing, Hercules.
Yeah. Well, we'll get into the other Aeolus deaths later because I want to talk about who killed him. But that was an interesting thing. Like they kind of carried on the Hercules Xena relationship for a while, like in the background, even to the point where when Xena gets pregnant, Gabrielle brings up as one of the people that might have been the father is at Hercules.
I know. She's like, "When's the last time you saw Hercules?" And her face is like, "I don't. What? Who told you that?"
Yeah, Hercules has bad luck with his marriages. I don't know if you saw the one where he gets married to like the Golden Hind, and she gets murdered as well. Yeah, and then Hercules gets blamed for it, and then Xena comes and saves him. Mm-hmm. That was a good episode.
All his angst revolves around the women in his life. And Aeolus.
Yeah. Okay, so Hercules and Xena, the animated movie. I think I saw that, but I don't remember anything.
Okay.
I have not seen it.
I own it, and it is. First of all, the animation in that movie is horrendous. So terrible. Let me see if I could just find a picture. They have like this weird reddish tint.
They look blocky too. I think they're like blocky little people.
But it has an amazing musical number at the end with the Titans singing about how awesome they are, which is probably the reason why I bought it on DVD. But it's like Hera is pissed off because Zeus decided to bring his baby mama home, Alcmene, Hercules' mom. And so she's like, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to summon the Titans that almost destroyed Olympus how many eons ago just so I can get revenge on my husband. That's not really a good plan. And then the gods end up like turning Gabrielle into a giant eagle, and the Titans then want to kill all the gods, and Gabrielle can't get turned back into human unless one of the gods saves her. It's all very convoluted and hilarious.
Did it have the voice actors?
Yes, it was all the voice actors from in the show, which made it extra hilarious because it didn't look. Kevin Sorbo's Hercules looked so bad.
By the way, that other link I sent you with the bathtub is actually a trading card. Apparently, it's like the Aeolus bathtub trading card.
Oh my god.
Okay. Yeah, let's see if we can find a screenshot of the animated movie. Oh, it's bringing up the stupid Disney Hercules.
And I think here is the lovely Wikipedia page. Oh yeah.
What the hell?
It's I don't even know. Like her outfit is like completely so wrong and it hurts.
So what's up with their faces?
Yeah, like the cheekbone indents.
She looks like a drag queen.
She does. She looks like someone who dresses up as Xena. Not actually Xena.
And has a penis.
Yeah, it's really, really bad, but it entertains me.
Available on video cassette. You know we're in the 90s when.
Oh yeah, that's high tech back then. 1998, oh god.
It was like my weekly, it was just something you looked forward to every week because they both be on back to back.
Mm-hmm.
You just
Wednesday nights.
Yeah. Sometimes the storylines would sync up, actually. I think like with the whole Dayhawk thing. Mm-hmm. They started that on Xena, I think. They started it on Xena, then it crossed over to Hercules. They had it on both, and then it ultimately finished on Hercules. Mm-hmm. So if you're somebody who later on goes and watches like one or the other series alone, like it just picks it up, it can be confusing if you don't watch the other one because you're like, well, what are these characters just popping up?
It's kind of like what they used to do, like on Buffy and Angel. They would always have like these crossover episodes, and so for you to know what was going on, you had to like go back and watch the other one. Because I remember when the storyline came where Xena was pregnant with her baby, there was the whole Twilight of the Gods thing that was going on.
Yeah,
and that kind of crossed over with Hercules because he had to fight Zeus there too, and I think by that time Hercules was over.
Yeah.
So
he was actually See, Hercules. After season 5 was pretty much done. Like they had another season, but he didn't want to do it. He had like eight episodes left on the contract. They forced him to do it. They were crap for the most part. They were out of steam. And the last episode was good, but he left to do like Andromeda, so his hair was short. Mm-hmm. And so when he came in the Xena one, he had the short hair. It's kind of funny. But that was a cool. I thought that was a cool arc, the whole baby thing. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, getting closer to the end of the season of Xena's series, things got way too out
Drinking the Kool-Aid. It was like it was insane because they started
once they started battling the angels and whatnot. That's when I was just like, wait a minute.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
That was Jesus. And I remember when they were like switching mythologies and they were doing the whole thing with Eli and he was totally like Jesus.
Yeah.
And he was like spreading all this word and they tried to kill him. I was like, why are you trying to kill Jesus?
I have to say, Xena and Hercules was what really got me into studying a lot of this stuff, like different mythologies and whatnot. Mm-hmm. I became quite the Greek expert of the gods and whatnot.
Yeah. And when it comes down to it, it did a pretty good job for the most part. Like I've done like drinking games with friends about like how many mistakes were in Disney's Hercules. You are drunk from the opening credits. Because
that's the worst part is that came out around the same time the series was going on, and of course by that time, everyone who's a fan of Hercules is like, that's wrong, that's wrong, that's wrong, that's wrong.
What do you mean Hera's his mother? Like that was like, where's the bottle? Because
and she likes him.
What's going on?
It's like, dude, the series is family friendly, and even they managed to make Hera the bad guy.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I liked there was a lot of continuity errors and mistakes in the two series, but they did have some continuity. Like they had things that would come up years later. They'd pull an idea, let's bring this character back. So it was nice. They had. It was episodic, but they had some
historical inconsistencies. 1 minute there's Caesar, the next minute we have a.
Well, they wanted to pull in interesting characters, right?
Xena is responsible for everything. She found the Big Dipper. She founded CPR, open heart surgery.
Or the choking when she opened the lungs or the trachea.
Yeah, when she like put the pipe in someone's throat.
You knew things were serious when she had to pull that one. It's like,
oh god.
Well, that's actually an interesting question, and the answer to this also depends when you do it. Like if you actually had like Xena and Hercules fighting each other, what would happen? Because it's a complicated question, I think. Mm-hmm. Well, what do you think?
Well, what point in their relationship are we talking? Are they going to be sympathetic towards each other? Is Xena totally gonna, play her woman card? Or
well, Hercules didn't have a problem with punching women. Like he
would punch a girl in the face.
Yeah, he was gender equal. He just punched her.
I feel like the thing about it too is that their powers are all their powers. Their strengths are sometimes really, really inconsistent.
Yeah.
Because Xena would make these jumps. There is one episode where she jumps from the top of a tree on an island, like all the way into a boat.
Well, before we get into the fight, I have to bring up the theory that Xena is a half god. Have you ever heard of that theory?
Yeah, I think that makes sense, but it's also kind of weird because they had that weird thing where like Ares pretended to be Xena's dad that one episode.
Yeah.
And considering incest in Greek mythology, it is totally possible that he's keeping it all in the family.
Yeah, that was the theory. The one theory is that she's a half god, but the main one is like which god Ares is the father, which would be a little
awkward.
Given in the post Game of Thrones era, it would have worked, but back then, but because she seems to have superhuman strength at so many points. I mean, a lot of that is just because she's done so much training. Mm-hmm. She's definitely had to train more than Hercules, so that's an advantage because she's trained to get all these skills. She wasn't like born with like physical strength or something like beyond like she probably was like still stronger than normal just genetically.
But that's also a good point because they also had the show Young Hercules, which showed that like he was training with like Jason and the Argonauts.
That's true.
And stuff like that. So I feel like he does have training, but I think it's the morals that really sets them apart. I feel like Xena's not afraid to stab you in the throat.
Yeah.
But Hercules will try to like incapacitate you rather than kill you.
Yeah.
Whereas Xena doesn't really give a shit.
Hercules would kill if necessary, but he was always trying not to. Whereas Xena was didn't care about it.
He wants to redeem you as he beats you up.
Yeah. He wants like beat you senseless and be like, hey, aren't you feeling better now? You should be doing good now.
Join my team.
Yeah.
Cool.
Isn't this thrashing like motivating you to become good?
Don't you want to be my friend now that I gave you a concussion?
But and again, because I mean, Xena had the pressure points, right? That was crucial. Like if she could do that and take, like, because Herc never used pressure points. That's one thing. And then there's one point. Well, then there's a point where Xena had like the way thing when she was in the East. If she had that, she could be anybody. But that only worked like for a certain period in a certain location, right? I think. Do you remember what I'm talking about? Remember she was in Asia and she could like fire like fireballs or whatever?
I remember that, but that was also when it was getting crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But that was limited to where, and there was a point where in Hercules where he could move really, really fast, but he could only do that in Ireland. And if you had that, then he would win. So it really depends when you do it and where. But keeping in mind that Xena was willing to do anything, that sort of tilts in her favor.
I think power levels is just something you can't take seriously in this show.
Yeah, it's so consistent.
Yeah.
Because when it comes down to it, Xena is a human being, and, you know, we'll just assume, like, maybe she might be a demigod, but it was never confirmed. Okay. But both her and Hercules can both go toe-to-toe with Ares. Yeah. Then she can also get her ass kicked by Callisto. So...
Well, Xena beat Callisto a couple times, I think, as well, though.
But Callisto could also, like, go hand in hand. Like, she beat up Hercules a little bit before she became a goddess, or I think during that point. So it kind of goes up and down with this. That's show.
True. They were all in the same like tier. Like they all like Hercules and Callisto had a few good fights as well.
The tier of anything goes depending on who's writing this episode.
Exactly.
And I mean, Callisto was even more willing to do things than Xena, right? Like she was.
Yeah, she was cray.
There was one fight that Herc had with Callisto that he got really pissed, and it's kind of funny actually, but. Yeah.
Like, I know this might be in the minority, but I hated when they redeemed Callisto. I wanted her to be forever. I was like, she
was the best character in the entire 2 series.
Thank you.
Hands down.
She was perfect because, like, she was perfect. She was the perfect villainess because you could both sympathize with her and hate her guts. Her hair was flawless, and she was complete batshit crazy, and you understood why. It was perfect. It was like Demona from Gargoyles, the same thing. I'm like, don't ever turn her good. Then she became an angel, and she's like, became Xena's child, maybe, and
it was all weird. I was just like, this is not canon at this point.
I know.
But
she and Xena had a baby together, basically, and I was like, what?
Yeah, and Gabrielle too.
Yeah, the three mommies.
Yeah. Well, but Callisto was an awesome character. Like you said she was your favorite character, Melina, or?
Yeah, she was definitely my favorite character until she went good. Then I was upset. But I loved her complexity. Like her, I like bad characters, but I also like bad characters who have depth. Because she was never just like, oh, I'm just evil for the sake of it. Like, you understand why she was like, I'm going to become everything I hate so I can kill it. But then, then she kills other innocent people, and then it's like, well, now you have to.
It's like she is Xena 10 years earlier.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Exactly.
No, but she's worse than Xena. Like she doesn't. She like Xena was able to have a kid and things like that. She's like just given up everything, any chance of like normal human relations.
She has no heart because like there was an episode where she and Gabrielle and Xena were all working together, and it was after she killed Gabrielle's husband. And Gabrielle asked her, like, how did she feel when Xena confessed that she killed a whole village of people back in the day? And Callisto basically said that she doesn't feel anything anymore after her parents have died. Like, they were her whole world, and when Xena killed them, she just stopped. And so she's at a point where she just doesn't care about human life because the only lives that mattered to her are gone.
There's, the episode where she switched bodies with Xena?
Yep.
That was a great episode.
I loved it.
I think hers were always the best episodes before, the angels. But everything else with her was awesome. Yeah. And it like when she became an immortal, like that worried me because they're getting too high in the constantly raising the power levels to a point where how are you going to deal with this? But they still managed to make her badass and awesome and. Yes.
Well, in that one where they switched bodies, like it was great because both actresses had to act like the other person. Mm-hmm. That was great.
And they did it so good too. Yeah. They had the mannerisms perfectly.
And they made her stay in the body an extra episode because I think that Lucy Lawless was injured.
Yeah, she got thrown off course.
Now, you know what would have been cool if they kept her in that body for a little bit longer, like till the end of the season or something. That would have been really cool. And then at the end of the season, she managed to find a way to switch. I think that would have been cool. It would have been like a big move for a show like that to like switch up the main character, but it would have been cool. I think her actor could have handled it. And then there's another episode where Callisto comes over to the Hercules show, and she ends up like trying to like kill Hercules in the past. I don't know if you saw that one.
Yeah, she tries to kill him, and then she gets like stuck in like this cave or whatever. 'Cause I think that's after. I think that was after she became a god.
Yeah. And she went back. Well, she kills one of the other gods, like the little annoying guy. Gets killed.
Yeah. Ares' little nephew. Yeah, he was
Strife?
pissed about that.
Yeah. She kills him, and then she goes back in time, kills Herc, and then like she's trying, and then it shows the world as if Herc had never existed, and Xena is like the empress of the world. Have you seen that one, Ashley? It's a good one.
I can't remember it. Yeah. I'm sure I've seen it, but.
And then she like breaks Gabriel's legs. She has Gabriel crucified.
Okay. So basically, Hercules is Ned Stark.
He's crucial. Like if he didn't exist, then Xena would be empress of the world.
Mm-hmm.
So. Yeah.
But if you've only watched those, the first few crossover episodes of Xena and Hercules, really makes you scratch your head. Like, this girl, really?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So another question, I guess, related to series resolutions, but specifically Xena. Like, how did you feel about the last episode and the fact that Xena died?
Well, I've heard the commentary on it, so I know that they were hoping to do a few movies afterwards, which would have better concluded the series. So I mean, like honestly, like most people in the fandom say, like, oh, that sucked, because to end the series like that, it did suck. It was really degrading to Gabrielle's relationship. But knowing that they had initially meant to have more going on kind of helps. Yeah. Then it gets you upset knowing that they didn't.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. I agree. It was just disappointing to see, like, after all of that, that's how they decided to end it. And, like, I didn't hear that they were going to plan on doing more things. And that makes sense that they were trying to do that. But it was still just kind of like, really? This? Okay. It was just not very
it came out of nowhere. Like, it wasn't for something like that, they needed to build up to it more than, like, in seasons, not just a couple episodes, but throughout different seasons, this relationship, if that's how it was going to end.
Like, they should have, like, if you watch, like, season 5 of Buffy, how it leads up to her dying, that was poignant because they had built up this relationship and you could see why that sacrifice had to be made. We're just kind of like, okay, now she's dead.
Yeah.
It's like, why would she do that? There's so much more she could do as being alive.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it was a bitter way to end the series, and if you're gonna end it that way, it wasn't noble, and it wasn't even like she went down fighting. She went down fighting, and then like we can't bring her back because of this. Well, it was brutal too, right? I mean, she gets her head chopped off. It was not a good way.
Pretend it didn't happen.
Yeah, well, what they should have done is have an alternate ending filmed, and then if their films never like panned out, they could have just stuck in the alternate ending for the DVD sales.
I can't remember why the films never went through. I don't know if they didn't get the funding or whatnot, but like everyone was anticipating them. Yeah, I think it was like 3 movies that they were supposed to do afterwards.
But big screen movies or direct to DVD, you think?
No, just like the Hercules ones.
The TV, pack, yeah. They should have done that. They still have material they could have.
And it's like the actors still do things together. Like, there is this movie that came out in New Zealand, because that's where most of them are from, and it like had the entire cast of Hercules in it.
I need to watch this.
Yeah, I can see that.
Reunion 20 years later.
And also, Lucy Lawless said she was willing to come back and do a movie or something, but like for a long time. I mean, it's kind of late now.
Yeah, now she's like...
Now she'd have to be old Xena. Like,
how could she have died?
Isn't she in a movie coming out soon? Lucy Lawless?
I know she's on that show, Spartacus, but I don't know about a movie.
She had some good success afterwards. She was able to go on some shows. They don't really see Gabrielle's actor that much.
Yeah, she I loved her on Battlestar Galactica. That made me excited. I'm like, it's Lucy Lawless! Yeah.
I remember there was one thing that she did where she like voiced Wonder Woman on this DVD movie. I'm like, yes. I've been waiting my whole life. Like, I will be forever angry that they never made a Wonder Woman movie while she was in her prime. It was the biggest.
I think they might have even they were going to offer it to her and she said no. I don't know if that actually happened.
Well, considering some of the adaptations for Wonder Woman, it's
they probably were some shitty script.
She's like, dude, this is even campier than Xena.
The other problem with that Xena finale was just because that Japanese character just, as you said, came out of nowhere. The one that like asked her Xena to do all of this for her. Like, I mean, Xena had this 6-year relationship with Gabrielle, and this woman's like, come sacrifice yourself for like whatever. People found that annoying. Yeah.
I mean, I've been redeeming myself for the past 6 seasons, but you know what? That's not enough. I need to die.
Right. And it's just so bogus. You know, that whole stuff, like, I'm going to self-sacrifice myself for the greater good of the world. Like, no! How does that help anyone when you're dead?
They're already dead. Come back and help the people that are alive.
Yes.
Yeah. Well, no, those 40,000 can't live in peace unless Xena's dead.
Well, fuck them.
Just let them be like that a little longer.
About those 40,000. It wasn't like Xena like specifically killed those 40,000 on purpose. Like, they attacked her first, and she fought back, and then the city ended up getting burned down. Like, it wasn't even like she went and like, I'm gonna kill these 40,000. It was like, it was a fire that got out of hand when she got attacked.
Yeah.
So blame those other people that started the fight. Yeah. The only good thing about the finale was that Gabrielle has picked up all the skills now, like that Xena had. So, in that sense, Hercules had the better finale because it did stuff, but it left it open a bit. It's like they were going to just keep doing their thing, and then one day they're going to retire.
I hated when they killed off all the gods. I think that was a mistake.
That was kind of annoying because all those gods had been built up in Hercules, and then suddenly they just start chopping these gods down, and you're like, what?
And then some of them we hadn't even seen before. Like, I don't think that we saw Athena in Xena before she just came around and all of a sudden she was queen of the gods because Zeus was gone.
Yeah.
Well, there was her trying to kill her son. I remember that.
But it was so brief. I mean,
Yeah.
That whole storyline was like, I understood why they were trying to do it to like move it on to a new era, but that was so integral to how the whole story kind of fit together that I thought it was a real misstep, especially when they bring it back to like Rome all of a sudden.
And it was too easy too. Like you said, they were just killing off gods left and right. I think what was it? Hades was like one shot at it. I'm just like, wait a minute, isn't he one of the most powerful?
I know. He's one of the original 3 gods, Lord of the Underworld, whatever.
It was kind of shock factor. It was exciting watching it. It was just like, whoa, this guy gets blasted. But because the idea was that it was going to be the time of the one god, so they had to like get rid of all these gods, and then they're like, never mind.
I just think that was a mistake on their part to try to do that. I think like they lost a lot of really good characters and potential story arcs. I mean, I understand they got bored with the Greek mythology thing, I guess. I want to do something else, but like the whole angel, it just didn't work.
Because the Catholic mythos that they were trying to like push into it just did not. How are you going to switch to that? It's completely different. Why are they going to go to God heaven? Like,
and
when they already established they have an Elysian Fields and a Grecian, like they already have the Grecian underworld system. Yeah. Why would they go to Catholic heaven?
They had a different afterlife for each area. They each had their own different afterlife, but like I guess heaven was taking over. Like,
and it's just the fact that they crossed over so many different timelines. Like you start watching the show, it's obviously in ancient Greece, right?
Yeah.
And then you get into Caesar, and you're like, okay, I can pretend this isn't really canon. Then you get the Eli thing, and you're just like, what the hell?
Yeah, it's just like what they could have done easily is like, because the Romans took their 8 gods and just gave them different names. You didn't have to get rid of them. Jesus don't come in for a long time.
Well, they had one where Xena fights the Persians. They have like every single like civilization in there, and they go to India and they fight like the freaking. They got in trouble for that episode, but like there's an episode where they're fighting. Yeah, like because when you open the episode now, it says like this is just meant to be like a fictional thing. It's not meant to insult like the Hindu religion or something. Because like they were showing like the different gods fighting, and there was like a bit of controversy the first time they showed it. But that's the one where Xena gets her arms chopped off. So, but they get healed. Well, yeah. At the time, I was really pissed about the gods being killed. In retrospect, I'm not as much because they only had that one season, anyways. Afterwards, so. But I guess you just think they would have better storylines.
They didn't have to. They could have probably continued the show longer. I mean, I think killing them off really ruined a lot of their story arc options.
It limited their chances of having antagonists because they had a whole Parthenon to work with, and they could have transitioned to, bringing on more stuff with the Roman myths because like not all of them are the same, so they could have just brought that in. But it's like nope. Jump skip.
And done more with Ares.
Yep.
There's always room for more Ares.
Yeah.
There's never enough Ares. I was so sad when he died. I cried.
Yeah.
I think that part of that might have actually been a reason why there wasn't a movie, because without him it would have been missing a lot.
That's possible. When did he pass away though? Like, was it? I thought it was after the.
It was only a couple of years after, I think, from when the show ended. It was like 2003 or something. Like, and it was a really unfortunate. Like, it was an accident, right? Like, it was just.
Yeah.
Kind of
It was like, I think he was doing some kind of stunt.
Yeah.
I think it wasn't a horse riding.
It wasn't even on set. Like, it was. I mean, it was on set, but it wasn't filming. He was just like exploring the set, and then it collapsed.
Yeah, on top from a roof.
Yeah.
It
was really sad because he had the potential to be a breakout star.
Yeah, no, he was amazing. He could sing too.
Yes.
Actually, I think he had like a deal coming up where he's going to be on like a movie, not like the Xena movie, but like a big
movie.
A big movie, yeah. So he had the potential to become a movie star, and then.
That's a shame. There's definitely no shortage of beefcakes on the show.
Well, we will get into that in the after show when we do the scorpions and snakes.
I'm actually looking forward to that part.
I think we should probably launch into it really soon. Let me just see if there's anything else I want to, because that's going to that will also bring up interesting discussion just in general, right? Like about episodes. But all right, I'll be back in a minute. I'm going to get some water, and then why don't we just launch into that? Get your pictures open then. Websites.
Yes, fangirl.
I can do that.
But yeah, now that we're talking about it, Gabrielle and Xena is so San. It is so.
It totally is.
You know, the warrior princess and her little bard. It is canon.
But then you gotta wonder, where did Ares fit in with that? Because he'd have to be there.
Ares was like a booty call. That was Xena's eternal booty call. But I love them too. It was weird. It's like I wanted them all.
So would he be like the Roz?
Oh my god. No, I think Joxer would be the Roz of this.
Oh, it's true, because you never expected, but then he'd always be there.
He'd always be there even when he wasn't wanted.
Who was always there?
Joxer. He's the Roz of the series.
Yeah, some people hated Joxer. Like, it was some people liked him, some people hated him. I was okay with him, but
I was sad when he died, and I was sad the episode where like Cupid was attacking them, and then he thought that Gabrielle really loved him, and then he was all sad at the end, like, oh Joxer, but you should know she's so not into you. Her husband just died. He kind of his face.
Yeah, but it was meant to be though.
I loved them though. It was still cute. Like, it was
like he was like the best secondary character ever, just because he added so much, and like
song.
Like
Joxer the mighty, very tiny,
rolls through the country. Oh God! With Gabby has a sidekick fighting with her little stick.
Oh my God! Yes, I loved him. His death was what pissed me off. I feel like I was like, nope, I'm done. We're not.
Yeah, that was kind of like the moment where you're like, this series is going downhill fast.
You bring in like Xena's ridiculous daughter, who's just like her except evil.
Yeah.
Like, but we had Callisto. Why did you ruin her? Why couldn't you just?
Callisto reborn, right? It was the same spirit as Callisto.
Exactly. Except she's a brunette.
Except Ares has to sleep with her too.
I just want to know what the writers were thinking those last few seasons, because it just went so crazy.
The thing about it is, like, I felt like they knew they had a successful show, because Xena was like the #1 watch show, even internationally, for people who were like watching it. They're like, we can just do what we want. Kool-Aid all around.
I mean, it was good that it was a dark show, but sometimes they went dark for just no reason other than just being dark, you know? Mm-hmm. Like, not just kind of cheapened it sometimes.
Mm-hmm.
So.
Which is why I can appreciate Hercules. Sorry, I didn't mean to speak over you. I'm just going to say, like, that's why I appreciate Hercules. Like, it may have been cheesy and, like, campy, but at least, you know, it didn't try to be like, we're just going to be hardcore right now.
Yeah.
It kept consistent.
Yeah. Oh, okay. I guess I'll bring up that character. Okay, we're gonna get into what is probably gonna be after show, although probably maybe it's gonna be as long as the usual show. But are you familiar with the Scorpions and Snakes game?
Yes.
Yeah. So basically, we'll just shout out names and go like answer either like marry, potential marry, mistress / salt boy, one nighter, or snakes or scorpions or whatever you prefer of those two.
You're gonna judge me so much because you're like, she's a whore. I'm like, well, kinda.
Okay, well, no, well, this is like the traditional game of House Sandwoody, so it's okay. Like, you just gotta, and we have to be merciless in this game. So
Yes,
Okay.
as I learned last time, I was too lenient.
No, it's okay. I'm not afraid to kill people. Like,
okay, I'm opening up the site here. Let's see. Well, I guess. Well, why don't we start out with the big names then, like Xena? Just start out with Xena this time.
Mary. Wait, actually, you know what? No.
Yeah, I don't even know if she'd want to get married.
Like, I was like, I want to like hit it and then leave, and then come back.
Yeah.
Like when I'm in the mood, cause
Yeah,
I
it
think
seems like
she
a
won't make a
one-nighter.
very good housewife. I'm just thinking it's not gonna.
like I feel like I would totally marry Gabrielle because I could tell that she could cook. Cause she could cook. So you're like, I'm hungry. She would take care of me. But Xena, no, that's just sex.
Yeah, one-nighter.
Salt.
She was very experienced, so she knew everything.
She knows how to get down.
Yeah.
She might change my mind after the one night though.
Once you go Xena,
She was good with the pressure points.
Oh.
changing everything.
Okay, so that's unanimous. Gabrielle.
I think a one night or two.
Yeah, she's good to keep around.
Yeah.
I think she really annoyed me sometimes.
Well, you can choose which Gabrielle at what point.
Oh.
So.
I don't know. She still annoyed me at points.
I always had a soft spot for her. Besides, I could just like avoid her for a while, really get into stealth. Yeah, I'd marry Gabrielle. She'd be a good wife. She would take care of you, give you moral support.
Yeah, I think she's probably married potential near the end of the series when she's like not so naive and has experienced stuff. Yeah. Sorry, I can't hear you, Ashley.
Yeah.
Sorry.
What happened? But no scorpions then.
Nope.
No.
All right. Well, on to the male side with Hercules.
Yeah.
Oh, and you can give your mom's answer as well. But with your mom's.
Oh God, I don't even want to bring my mom into this conversation. She'd have a one-night stand with the entire cast, but you're gonna hate me, but like,
you know what's funny? Because your photo is you like thinking with your under your like if you're in thinker pose.
That's how I am right now. I'm like, because a part of me is kind of like, he was cute, but he was never my type. So I'm like, you know what, scorpions? Because he was cute, but he's not my type.
Really? You're just not into the muscular guys?
No, just not into him.
Like in that way. He's too good.
But what about the? Oh, okay. Well, what about the Sovereign? You know who that is?
Who is?
Sovereign is the evil Hercules with the beard.
Oh, please, no.
No, scorpions.
Like, that was just.
Hey, but you said you don't like.
Just not work.
That was awkward.
The problem with Hercules is that all his wives died. So if you married him, he'd be.
You make a good point. Scorpions it is.
All he could do was a one-nighter. The one-nighter survived, but the wives died.
Well, eventually Xena got chopped up, so in the long run, that.
But not because of Hercules, though. That was because of just the. It would have been better. The storyline would have been better if it was because of Hercules than what happened.
It was a prolonged thing. It was waiting for her. Like, you forgot you slept with Hercules. Now you have to die.
All right. What about Aeolus then?
Oh, he'd totally be my salt wife.
I actually agree with that. Like, he's so cute.
He is, and you could easily manipulate him too. So like, yeah, I'm gonna be with this guy right now, but I'll come back.
Yeah, just have a jacuzzi bath with him, and he'll do whatever you want.
Just follow her.
He's like a puppy.
He is. He just wants love and affection. And then when you don't want affectionate, he can go find it somewhere else. He never had a hard time finding girls. It's like, go be free.
All right. What about Ares?
Oh, yes.
Oh, yeah.
all day, every day.
I'm going to marry that one just because I'm just going to keep coming back.
Yeah, exactly. Keep your love locked down.
He was willing to get married, too. He had the whole marriage contract thing, so... Yeah, I'm looking at the site you sent me with all the pictures. Mm-hmm. What about Jason?
Scorpions, like, no.
He was a good actor.
Jason is a dick, anyway.
Yeah, in the mythology especially.
Like, yeah, he leaves bitches on islands. Yeah. He can go die.
All right, I'm just going through the list on the site then. Joxer.
Oh my god. You can't even have a one night stand with Joxer because he will keep coming back and trying to like make it serious. But I don't want to. It's like
At the same time,
He
you're
was
kind of
popular with Meg.
curious.
he is. It's like you want to know, but then it's like
I think he apparently had really big junk or something. Like, I don't know if that factors into your equation, but
He could be my other salt wife with Eolus.
Salt Boy,
Salt boy, yeah.
definitely a boy. Salt Boy.
Salt boy. They could keep each other company when I'm with Ares.
All right. The next guy on the list is how do you pronounce this? Charon the Centaur.
Oh, Scorpions.
Oh, Scorpions. I'm not into that.
That just sounds painful. When Amazon gave birth to like this baby.
Yeah, and you're like, how did that happen?
How did they do that without a cesarean or something? Like,
Oh my god. Xena invented the cesarean just for that incident.
Probably. She used her chakram to just then some
There were
leaves.
never any female centaurs, and you're just like, wait a minute.
Yeah.
Actually, I don't think that there ever were. I don't know if it was just in the show or even in mythology. There was no.
There aren't, because I think there are only male centaurs. They're like satyrs. They're only a male species.
Ugh.
Ow. Yeah.
Okay, who the hell's Lilith? It's up here.
Sounds evil.
Oh, because there's two Liliths. There's it's the Lilith that is like actually is she the one that she's not a major character.
Okay.
I don't remember her.
Screw that. Why is she at the top of this wiki?
Oh, I see who you're looking at. Yeah. She's just random.
Strife.
Nope. Scorpions and snakes and
Actually.
everything.
I think I'll do it one night.
No.
He seems like the type. It seems like he has a attire of the type of guy you might like. He's got piercings all over the place. So.
I think for one night, it'd be interesting. At least something to tell your friends about.
He was so annoying in Young Hercules, and in Hercules, I'm just like, oh my god, please go away.
He gets killed later on. So.
Even though that made people sad, thank God. I was like, please go away. Snakes and scorpions.
Salmonius.
Scorpions.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was funny, but
he seems high maintenance.
Let's see if I can find some more characters here. This site doesn't seem to be very developed. Callisto.
Go to the IMDb page. That should have all the popular ones first.
Yeah.
Callisto.
One night.
Yeah, one night.
She might kill me, but it might be worth it.
She's willing to do the one night if it's to her benefit. Actually, Ares slept with her and he seemed to be okay with it. She seems to lack passion, actually.
Mm-hmm. That's okay. I could coax some out of her.
She's hot. It's okay.
Yeah.
All right, one nighter throughout. Hercules hits. Full cast and crew. Autolycus.
Oh, is that Bruce
King
Campbell's character?
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
Mary.
Now is it Autolycus or Bruce Campbell you're talking about?
Both. Well, that era right there was beautiful. He was so hot.
Did you ever see Jack of All Trades?
Yes, I love that show.
That was a
That
great
Cleopatra
show.
2525.
I'm like, why do these awesome shows keep getting canceled?
I know.
I had potential
They
for
both
this
got
season. Yeah,
canceled.
it was good. Okay, well, I have to mention these are minor characters, but I remember on Hercules there were Hera's enforcers. The first one was like a water elemental. You remember that?
Were they crappy CGI?
No, they were like they're people. Like they were good fighters. Like they were made of water and made of fire. Like when they died.
Oh.
Anyways, like there was a water one, there's a fire one, and at least from what I remember, they were both one-nighters for sure. The fire one kills Aeolus.
Oh.
And then Hercules gets him back.
When scorpions to him.
Oh no, the fire one was a woman too.
I'm not prejudiced. If they kill people I like, they can go to hell.
Aphrodite.
Wow. One night. She's
Yeah.
definitely too high maintenance for marriage.
Yeah, this could be annoying for marriage, but yeah, one nighter for sure. She's the goddess of love.
Yeah. That's why the one night will be awesome.
Actually, her and Vulcan, or what's his name? Hephaestus. There you go. There's
Yeah.
the Hound and Santa.
Oh yeah. Taylor's oldest time.
Sucks when he gets killed, and then like it shows Aphrodite have like the slightest of reactions, but you're like your husband just got killed. Well, they actually didn't really like him.
Well, in the myth, she was always fucking around with Ares, so.
Yeah.
In the show, she wasn't forced to marry him. Like she just got together.
There was Discord. I remember her.
Yeah, Scorpions.
Yeah.
Yeah, Scorpions.
Mm-hmm.
She
There was a
apparently had
poster child for I Shop at Hot Topic. It was her.
Oh my god.
Yeah, like little slave guys.
Mm-hmm. She was like the weird dominatrix girl. Her and Strife were just like, why are you even here?
The Strife at least was amusing. Discord was kind of like, we need to give you a sidekick. Yeah.
I don't even know. It's like, we're just going to have 2 sidekicks for Ares. What does Ares need sidekicks? He's the god of war. All armies are his sidekicks. Like,
well, what about, what's Xena's daughter's name? Eve?
fuck her. She can go die. She... So
bring up her picture here. I don't remember what she looks
She's
like.
attractive, but her character annoys me because it's redundant.
Yeah. I don't think it'd survive a one-nighter.
Oh, I'd survive, but it's not worth it. She is not worth the energy.
Yeah, that's a
to go up to Callisto again.
She's not even a real person. She like grew up in 2 episodes.
Yeah.
She's a gradual growing baby. Her character was just annoying. I don't even know why they put her in there.
Oh, there were a lot of hot characters in this show. Let's some out here. The Caesar.
Salt wife.
No, that's a one-nighter. He would be my Salt husband if he was like when he played Cupid, because that was because the same actor who was playing both characters, and it was so completely different. Because
and then you'd watch Lord of the Rings, you're like, wait a minute, I know that guy.
I know.
Yeah, it was a launching pad for him. Like that, it was one of the actors where Xena helped project him onto like movies after that.
Mm-hmm.
You couldn't trust him. That's the thing.
Are we talking about Caesar or Cupid?
Oh, you can decide which anyway.
Caesar. He would rock your world and then break your legs the next day. That's his MO. It's dangerous, girl.
Oh, the Eve's actress looks better with her natural hair, I think.
What's her natural hair color? Is she like a blonde?
Oh, it's brown, but I thought in the show she had red hair. Maybe I'm wrong. What did she have on the show? A darker hair, anyways, in real life.
She had like weird hair color. I don't know. Just looking at her brings back memories of stuff I hated. It's like, go away.
See what else we got here. Boreas.
Who was that again?
That was the father of Xena's child.
Oh yeah, he's salty. He can stay.
Here, I'll send you the link, I guess.
Oh, there he is.
Yeah.
The rings too.
Mm-hmm.
I'll put him down for the one night just because I can't remember his character.
Well, he turned good before Xena did.
Yeah.
So.
That upset me. Like, that made me sad. But he is cute. Oh my god.
Was he her general?
One of her generals, kind of.
Yeah.
But he gets like killed by the other general.
Okay, yeah, I like him.
Well, what about the other general? Do you remember him?
Yeah, he'd be one night.
Yeah, Dagden. He was kind of almost like Dagmar. Yeah.
Yeah.
Except he gets really ugly later on, though. Remember?
Yep.
Remember who you're talking to? That's not an issue.
She can fix him.
It depends on his character. Okay, fair enough.
Have you seen the men in this series? Okay, you just take off the shirt and you're just like, okay, I'm good.
I know.
Yeah, they called it Baywatch BC. I think some people.
The Game of Thrones, take watch. Yeah. This is how you cast your men.
Exactly. And it was like they were all oiled up unnecessarily. Like they just like, that's okay though. That is perfectly fine.
They actually, that reminds me that they had a couple episodes with Hercules where one of them was like a dancing competition where he dances.
Exactly. Game of Thrones has to have a musical episode. It needs to happen at some point. Even if it's just like a little special DVDs extra, it needs to happen.
I can't believe we didn't bring her up. What's her name? Aeolus's love interest. Do you remember her?
Which one?
I know.
The serious one. Nebula. You remember her? Right here.
I remember.
The one that Ares was into her.
Oh yeah. Gina Torres is my love. I marry her.
She was married material. Like she was also like a queen of like Mesopotamia or something. So.
Yeah. And she was in Cleopatra too, like the first one that they had.
Yeah. She was like royalty who decided to become like a pirate, and she has like her own pirate ship. So
in space.
Twice.
Yeah. Do you remember her, Ashley?
Yeah.
So what's your answer for her?
Oh, the salt wife. See, now I didn't even put that together. Now I know why she always looked familiar in Serenity.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, you're right.
Yep.
You're right about that.
Zoe.
Again, launched into another nice career. Too bad Firefly.
Oh god, that's depressing. I don't even want to get into.
That was the most.
Yeah.
We'll get into that in a later episode. But like, it's just of all the shows they would cancel that one. Like,
I know.
Such a classic show.
There you go, Fox.
They always do this. Sorry, can't have nice things.
What is with this outfit? Okay, I'm looking at the IMDb page of Xena, and she is wearing this crazy ass outfit on the cover there. And it's like, what?
I think it's one of her earliest outfits, probably.
It looks Asian-ish,
I think
but
from
there's
the
not really much to it.
I think that's from the last season.
Oh yeah, that's the last show. Like
Yeah, series finale episode.
she wears like Japanese armor.
Except...
Not.
Except
That's a bikini.
well, you need to air out the central part of the body so you're too sweaty.
It makes her more aerodynamic. That's the reasoning.
Yeah, that was a stupid thing about. No, Xena's main armor didn't have the belly button thing, right? It still had like.
It was solid. It was Kalisa that had the belly button.
Like it had like the big things on her breast, but she needed the extra support. So.
Oh yeah.
She needed a Valyrian steel bra. So.
No, and I love it that they had the episode where Gabrielle's like making fun of it too, and she's like, "I need a breastplate because I don't know why, but I need one."
I know. I really loved Xena's outfit because it was practical. Like it made sense considering the time that it would be fitted more like that.
Yeah.
Because technically Hercules should be wearing a skirt.
Well, he had to have those pants. He always had the same pants for the whole until he became a god. Then his pants got an upgrade, became like golden pants. He had the same outfit, but it became like golden
To show his godhood.
Well, or his manhood. But,
Same, one and the same.
And I'm just
Manhood
picturing
got up.
Ares in his pants.
I know, the leather pants. Me gusta.
They're like just sewing right onto him. It was awesome. I'm sorry, I was having an Ares moment.
I know.
yeah, just search like Xena or Hercules on the Google Images. That's probably better. Brings up a lot of.
I'm trying to remember who else was in this show. There's such a huge cast of people who like. There was that one girl, the Amazon redhead chick, who came in for like a little while.
Oh yeah, I think she was a Scorpions. There was an Amazon that was really annoying.
I remember she was annoying. She had like a unisex name. It was like some shit.
Oh, that reminds me of another one though. Let me see if I can find her. Alaska, I think was her name.
Oh my god, yes, she is
jeez.
name, but Salt, because she was kind of hot.
One Nighter.
Actually, yes, that's perfect.
Oh, that link's a huge one, but.
Yeah, I remember
her.
She's in so many. She was in Firefly.
Yeah. Although I don't know if she'd even go for one nighter. She seemed like she didn't like men. So.
She's kind of insane. But I'm a girl, so it was a.
Yeah, it would work out for you. Yeah. For me, I don't like the look of that dagger.
Actually, yeah, you've convinced me. I'll do one night. She probably knows what she's doing.
Yeah.
I'll one night in exchange for ambrosia. I'll give her.
Yeah, you're not gonna walk away from that if that's what you're trying to bring up.
Like there's so many like ways to become a god or to kill a god in that show. It's crazy.
You know.
Yeah.
And most of them didn't make any goddamn sense.
Nope. I just block out the last.
Actually, let's go through some of the gods. Let's see if I can find some of the gods here. Oh, Hades.
No.
I'd do the one night thing. He actually, you know what? He honestly was who I used to always picture as Stannis.
Oh, which one? Oh yeah, the last one, right? Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
This one probably is the one you're saying is Stannis, because there was a younger one too.
Because they changed the actor for him.
Yeah, that one.
Yeah,
he
that
pictured
is
as Stannis.
Yeah, this was the younger one before when he was actually going for his wife.
Oh, I don't remember him at all.
He was some of the earlier seasons.
I guess he was from the movies, right?
No, it was some of the earlier Herc seasons as well.
Yeah, the Hercules one where he was looking.
But the other one was actually in the opening credits, though. Like you'd see when they were talking about end gods, and they see that
was a different guy.
And then they see Hades. Is that a different guy?
I think so. I think it was one of the kings that was in one of the early episodes. He was like trying to like.
Oh, that's right. He was a king.
Yeah.
But he looked like him.
Yeah, he had longer hair, but they were kind of looking the same.
Oh, there's one where Hercules he's like super attracted to this woman. I'm trying to find that woman. And Aeolus recommends a cold shower, an ice water shower.
That happened?
Yeah, I just can't remember.
Just look at Aphrodite's outfit. I'm just kind of like, that is not Greek.
No complaints. Okay, what about Zeus?
He's an asshole.
Well, it
Scorpion.
depends on which one too, right? There's the Anthony
There are
Quinn
four
one.
Zeuses. Four Zeus. 1, 2, 3, 5, 6. Jesus.
It's too hard to answer the Zeus one. You can go off the character, then you just say Scorpion.
He's an asshole, so
Yeah.
he can die.
Because you can't go off the actor. There's so many actors. Okay, what about Hera?
Man.
Hera's actually my favorite goddess, so I don't want to give her to scorpions. One night stand.
If you didn't have Hera on that show, then Hercules would have never existed. They needed Hera early on. Those 4 seasons of Hera before they finally dealt with her, and then she even came back later and she
helped him out.
Yeah, she even helps him out.
She's just awesome. I mean, like, her husband's a dick. I feel for her. Like, that's Cersei.
They're like, hey, we could get a divorce. Guess it was not an option back then. When the divorce actually is pretty useful. Okay.
You can't divorce your brother.
Well, I guess she kind of gets a divorce when she tries to kill him. So
yeah, that was her system.
Okay, now I'm finding out what was the name. One of the girls that Hercules actually has a relationship with later on, the Irish girl. I'm trying to remember.
Serena?
No, it's
Oh, she's cute though, Serena.
Oh, send a link. I don't remember that. Who that is?
Oh, I think she's the Golden Hines girl you were talking about before.
Oh, that's actually his wife too. But that's not the one that I'm talking about. Actually, this is later on.
Okay.
One that actually survives.
Yeah, Serena was cute.
I can't believe I can't remember her name. All right, let's see this. Yeah, he actually married that actress, and they met on the show. And Xena actually met her current husband on the show.
He's the producer.
Yeah, Rob. Is it Rob Tappert? I think that, or the guy. So it's kind of cool.
Bringing people together on Xena.
And I think actually Xena's pregnancy was actually pregnant, or at least part of it, right? She was pregnant.
I think so. Yeah, she was like knocked up, and like, let's incorporate it into the story.
Makes you wonder where the series would have gone if that never happened.
Well, the pregnancy itself was fine. It was just the aftermath that didn't like, right?
It was how it all came together. That was the problem.
Morrigan. There we go. Morrigan. Find her photo.
Oh, I see her. Meh. She can go in the snakes.
Oh, really?
I like the other wife that died, Serena. She's cute.
We also had the first wife, which I've forgotten about.
The dead one, the really really dead one.
There's Morrigan. That's the right link.
Snakes.
Yeah, pretty much.
I go with the one-nighter. I'm more familiar with the character probably because I watched that arc a lot, but.
You're making me miss this show. I want to go out and buy the DVDs now.
No, I have the DVDs for Hercules. For Xena, I don't. I should.
I have the best of for Xena. It's something like 10 or 20 episodes.
I want to find Hercules in the.
And it's got all the great Ares episodes on it. And I just watch those over and over again.
I have the first 3 seasons of Xena that got re-released, and I have the first season of Hercules that got re-released. It's so exciting. Except it's
I'm glad I'm not the only dork out there that loved the series. Seriously loved this series.
No.
Well, it was big in the 90s. It was a big mid-late 90s.
But it was big amongst the geeks.
No, I specifically remember talking about it in school, and a lot of people liked it.
Yeah, because
we're getting made fun of it.
Well, in that time, there was a lot of girl kicking ass shows. I mean, there was Charmed, Buffy, Alias. So, I think, then it was just really popular because hot chick kicking butt.
And the graphics for the time were pretty good. The effects and graphics. It's pretty good for the time.
Hilarious. Some of the little scenes that they do.
Just the jumps, the Xena jumps, they were just something else.
Those are epic because they are so badly CGI. Sometimes it's kind of wow.
Trying to find the Hercules movie where they have the milk bath. That was awesome. It's basically they're sending a woman to seduce Hercules, and she comes from a college, it's a harem college where they train her how to seduce men.
She's a companion.
Basically, yeah. And she bathes in milk to keep her skin good. So that was cool.
I just remember the one with the Amazons was the movie I watched a lot. I used to love the Amazons.
Oh, that was a good one, yeah. Well, actually, that's funny because in that episode, Hercules is like a huge sexist, and then like in that movie, and then that movie redeems him. Like it also shows that he was raised that way by like the culture.
Yeah, it was one of the first ones.
Yeah.
It was his soccer. It was his soccer moment.
Yeah, basically. Yeah, it basically was a soccer moment by the end of it.
Like, yeah, I can seduce anyone.
Yeah.
It's like.
And in the second movie, what the hell is this? What? Okay. Hercules.
Alright, what have you sent me? Oh. Yeah, that would be the Greeks for you.
Oh, that art.
Yeah, in the second movie, Gabrielle's actress is also in it as well, but as another character. Actually, one of the main characters, like she's from Troy and blah blah blah. And in that movie, Hercules is not afraid to use his body. He ends up like sleeping with some woman just to get like a map. It's like a deal. She's like, you gotta stay with me for like a week.
And this is before his wife gets killed too, right?
This is before he gets married for the first time.
Oh.
Like he gets married in the third movie, and then he has 2 more movies where he actually has a family, but the 5th movie is crap. It's just like recycled shots. It's like a bottle show movie.
Makes me wonder, like, at what point did they know they were going to do the series? Like, were they just starting off with the movies, or was it always a plan to kind of move into a series?
I think that they weren't planning to move in a series. I think the movies. I don't have much to back that up. Except I remember, just from what I remember reading, at least when they made the first movie, I don't think they were thinking this is going to be a series, because they did a lot of those, like it was part of the action pack. They had some other like movies like that they would just put out there, and none of them were a series.
I think it's probably just like Xena. Like, they didn't expect for it to be such a big deal. We're like, okay, now we have to make it sympathetic and have an arc.
Yeah. But I didn't expect it to have that 3-episode arc when I saw it. I thought she was just going to be like a one-time villain, maybe bring her back in a later episode, but...
But, like, at that time, that was before Buffy really came out and everything. Like, she was, like, the first real kick-ass female character that wasn't a cartoon.
Buffy come out? Let's see. 1997. Yeah, how can they claim that they were like the first main show?
Yeah, no, that always pissed me off so much as such a huge Xena fan. The whole Buffy was the first to do all this stuff, and it's like, no.
Xena did it, and like, even though I think like
they even had lesbians first. Jeez.
Better lesbians. Xena, and plus Xena looked better doing it. Like, not to diss Sarah Michelle, because she's definitely pretty, but then she just got tinier and tinier.
And it wasn't realistic, because you were just like, this skinny little girl is really kicking ass.
Yeah.
If she didn't have that Slayer strength, she would have got bent like a twig.
She was like Eve. Eve as well was like very like a small girl, but she was like doing all this stuff. It was like, that's not believable. Like Xena at least has like the muscles.
Because she was an athletic built, right?
Yeah.
Like,
yeah, she was tall. She was like she had definition. She looks like she could kick your ass.
Yeah.
And it's not like she was a big girl either, right? Like it's just she was an athlete. You could tell just by looking at her. Mm-hmm. And there's nothing wrong with that.
Nope.
There's nothing wrong with girls whose thighs touch when they walk. I don't understand this weird. The girls like that scare me. The ones that thighs don't touch, it's not natural.
Yeah, that's the test. It's a thigh test to see if Xena, I mean, yeah, was freaking hot. What can I say?
She was. Her eyes, man, are like awesome.
She has blue eyes, right?
Yep.
Yeah. So with the black hair, you get the nice contrast.
Just one sec. I gotta answer the phone, right?
Mm-hmm.
Sure. This is that one, the last episode one, I guess that you were talking about.
Yep. Oh yeah, that horrible outfit. It's like, what part of Japan are you in?
Yeah. Well, they didn't make armor for women, so it's probably she just got it from like some sex shop or something. Like it's like cosplay shop.
Yes.
Well, that's funny because when she went to the sword shop or something, they're like, "Oh, women aren't allowed in here" or something. It's just like, "Give me a sword," and fights and beats up the smiths.
Mm-hmm. She made her own armor.
That was the big thing about the show more than most shows was it was so linked to the past.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, one, that it was her wrongdoing or whatever, her sins of the past, then she's trying to make up for. But second, they just could keep showing the past and then bringing people back into the present.
It gave her actions consequences because you felt like she had something to be redeemed for. People didn't automatically be like, oh, you're good now? We're just going to make you our friend. She had to work to get accepted by people again. And I think that makes people like really care about what happened to her and why like her ending was so meh, because it ended with like, she's dead now. all that work she did.
Yeah.
Done.
I'm
So, 'cause
back.
if they didn't kill her in the last episode, then it's up to the fans to imagine what happened, right? They can be like, oh, they were fought for the years or whatever. Like, but it's better to have an inconclusive ending.
Okay.
I guess. What about some of the Eastern characters? There was some in the East. I'm trying to remember.
They sucked. They ruined Xena.
Oh, the Japanese one. Oh, yeah, let's see. What about that girl in the last one?
There was the woman who taught her how to do the
Was it Lao Ma?
Lao Mei, I think was her name. She's the one who taught her how to do the punches. She was Chinese, and then there was like the black girl who taught her to do something else.
Oh yeah.
Who couldn't speak.
I just hated them. They ruined Xena.
You hated? They were like season 3 or something.
But then they came back.
No, they were like. I mean, Xena wouldn't have been able to do all these things like if she didn't.
Ruined Xena. Damn foreigners.
Hey.
That's another thing the show was good at, though. It had like people of different races and stuff in it.
Which made sense because like during that time, a lot of trade in that little area.
Yeah.
Like people always act like if you were in Greece, you were only ever there, and if you were in Africa, you were only ever there. It's like no, people kind of moved around.
It'd just be nice if they kind of kept it with the time periods.
Well, they wanted to get interesting characters. Just pull them in.
Well, some of them make sense. Like some of the Chinese people they brought in didn't make sense because first of all they had the wrong time periods how they messed up. Like it was like different fashions. But then some of them was like okay, like the black chick who helped her that made sense because they did trade in the bottom parts of Egypt, so they would have met. But their time was just totally fucked up. Like Mark Anthony was there mad early. I'm like, where the fuck did you come from?
The very first, I think it's the very first Xena episode, and the first season, she had a black boyfriend, and it's pretty good, like for mid-90s.
He was hot.
Let's see.
Yeah, work just tried to get me to come in.
Like, let's find that guy actually. Okay, Marcus. Yeah.
Okay. He was hot. I would do that. I remember him. Oh my god, Brutus is so annoying. I just found him. I was like, please fucking die. Scorpions for life.
Oh, hold on. She had 2 black boyfriends. Because there's Marcus, and then I think there was another guy. It's not Marcus.
Xena got down.
Once you go black, Woody, you don't go back, Woody.
That's the truth.
But not
she got with Draco for a while when she was under that like spell.
Yeah, Draco was the other guy because I'm saying Marco is a different guy.
Yeah.
Marcus was actually he was like a good guy, like he sacrificed himself. I think Draco was not evil. He
was a warlord.
Yeah.
He
was Mari, I think, right? Like his actor. It looks like it. Maybe not.
I think so. Hold on, I can.
He got hit by Cupid's arrow, didn't he?
Yeah, I think he fell in love with Gabrielle.
That was the first episode, but
yeah, like he's who actually pictured as Khal Drogo for the longest time.
Yeah.
Draco Drogo.
Yeah. Both warlords. It worked.
He had the long hair. Braid that shit.
That was a good. They both had good, first episodes to start the shows off. They were good.
Yeah. And I like that he came back, right? Like you saw him right at the beginning of the series, and then he'd pop back every now and then.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Still hanging around.
Again, did he just disappear?
Well, last time he was on, I think it was in the musical episode, Liar Liar. Yes, that was the last episode he was in. It was in season 5.
Battle bands. That's pretty late, isn't that? Oh.
So he was in every season but the last one. Sir the mighty, he's very tidy.
Oh, your mic suddenly up. What the hell?
Sorry.
I'm hearing an echo.
Oh, is this supposed to be Xena as Wonder Woman?
My god.
Oh.
My dreams come true. Yeah. Oh, I forgot that Joxer had a kid. That was unnecessary.
Oh, that's
a kid?
Virgil. Because remember when they woke up from their sleep?
Yeah.
It was the future and he was old. Scorpions for all these unnecessary offspring.
Oh, I remember this. What's her name? Let's see if I can find her.
So many characters.
This was a cool character. I'm trying to find a photo before I say who it is. Najara. You remember her? She's the one who's like, all the jinns are telling me all this stuff. She's like the religious fanatic.
Oh, do not remember her, but if she's part of that season, that's probably why.
No, she's like season 3 or 4 or something.
Oh.
She.
You know what character I hated?
Hmm?
That shaman woman. I hated her.
Oh, Alti?
Oh
Yeah.
Yes.
Scorpions.
So many scorpions and snakes and tigers and
She
bears.
ruined Xena. There you go. It was her that ruined it.
That was her plan for revenge. Like, she couldn't beat Xena, so she ruined the show.
Damn, we can't have nice things.
Damn it, why can't I live in Xena world? Look at all these men. It's like they're surrounded by Gendries. It's horrible.
There are no shirts in Xenaland. There are only open vests.
And lots of muscles.
It was really hot. Like, the world was hotter at that point.
It doesn't snow in Greece, apparently. Because they're just, like, walking around, like, yeah, whatever.
What was good was the intros. The intros were badass.
Mm-hmm. In a time of ancient gods. Oh, warlord.
The old power always passed that by that of his heart or something. Let's see if I can find that.
Yes, Dad. Sorry.
That's good.
That's cool. I have my own moments.
Oh, you know what was awesome? I don't know if you saw this episode, but they had a couple episodes where it shows like the Hercules riders.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. In those shows, like apparently Kevin Sorbo is actually Hercules. Like he's just lived all this time. He's like mortal, but he's pretending to be Kevin Sorbo.
I remember that.
Yeah, and then they're at like a thing, and then like they go to the washroom, and then they have a bunch of guys at urinals, and they start like singing the Hercules song, or like not singing, but well, you know what I mean. It's not singing; it's like humming the song. So it was pretty funny.
Telling you, everything Xena and Hercules did it first.
Yeah.
All the meta episodes and whatnot, it's totally them first.
Well, they had an episode in Hercules where it's like the French Revolution.
Oh yeah.
And then they tell stories about Hercules to like inspire these guys or something. It's pretty funny.
There's an episode in the first season of Xena where Gabrielle tells the story of Spartacus. I'm just like, wait, you're showing, and it's not just that, it's showing clips from the movie Spartacus. And I'm just like, that hasn't happened yet. What?
I'm sending you a link. Jump to bring it to about 10 seconds in, and then let me know. We'll play.
Oh dear Lord!
Let me know when to play.
How did you find this so quickly?
Just search Hercules washroom song. You good to go?
Oh, it's Aries. Show was so epic.
Oh my God, brown-haired Callisto.
So, I mean, tell us, as female watchers, is this what happens in male bathrooms?
No.
Yeah. Oh.
Well, not only that. Well, all the stalls are full. Usually, you have a stall between open. That's the rule. If you go in and there's the stall, like if there's other stalls, you leave a stall between. If there's none, then you just go.
Oh.
Yeah.
The fascinating world of men.
I guess that's something that more might happen at like a Comic-Con thing, though. That sort of event where everyone has the same interest, then that might not happen. Yeah, I'm looking up this XenaCon thing then. So that used to exist.
Yeah, now I think this last year's, and I wanted to go, so I'm like,
XenaCon 2013. What's this? Or they're just people hoping that it exists.
Yeah, here it is. I found it. I was so excited. That was going to be my graduation gift to myself. Nope. I just graduated college, but I don't get a goddamn thing.
Well, it just shows if Xena can have their own con, so can we.
Yeah.
One day.
Are you comparing us to Xena's fandom?
One day.
Oh, yeah, like Ice and Fire in general, for sure.
Mm-hmm.
Oh
my God. I got to.
It was canceled though. It says.
I think they said that they were. It says like the final journey.
Oh yeah, for Jan, it was already done.
Yeah, I was so pissed off.
Well, they might turn it into like a once every 5-year thing or something. Probably.
That might be. I will stalk it because I wanted to go so bad because I got to meet Maisie Williams, and I was just like, now I just gotta I'll get my Arya signed poster, and then I get Callisto, and then my life, and then it's perfect. But then it's like, nope.
Oh, that's a funny link that you just said.
When I first saw that, it took me a minute. I'm like, oh, I get it.
Now that you know the one stall in between.
I get this. That's hilarious.
Yeah, there's one place I used to work at where the stalls were like jammed together. Like, it's literally there was supposed to be room for like 2 stalls, and they put 4 stalls in there. It was kind of awkward.
Oh my God, this is bringing up so many memories.
Oh yeah, we never said your answer for Eli.
Oh,
Scorpions.
Scorpions. I know he's Jesus, but no.
What about this girl? She seemed like a good one-nighter.
That's the annoying Amazon chick. Oh my God, no, snakes in her face.
Snakes, but a different type. Okay.
I don't remember her, so I'm just gonna be safe and say snakes.
Yeah,
But this is the one that was annoying. The Varia is the one that was annoying.
They're both annoying. This one.
I like the blonde one that got with the centaur.
Yes, Effany.
Effany, yeah, she was nice.
Yeah, she was cool.
She was cute. Of course, I'm not gonna say it, but her vagina is probably in so much pain after giving birth to that centaur baby.
Oh, you pick her up before she hooks up with
Yeah, I'm going pre-centaur.
Yeah, pre-centaur. What about Athena's lover, which they admitted? That was funny.
Yeah. The one you just sent me is Scorpions.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was
Athena, though. Athena herself was the one-nighter, probably. I can't find her.
Athena, she had a MILF thing going on. I'm not sure I'm into that.
What do you mean? She wasn't that old.
I just didn't like her. Like, she was just annoying. She was just die.
Oh, they had, I remember that episode where Aeolus meets like the 3 goddesses, and they're tempting him. That they had good people. I'm trying to find that.
Attempted.
I remember Artemis being hot in that one.
Remember the vampire episode?
Yes. Oh God, that's so funny.
See, this screenshot is why the show was called Baywatch BC, like the one I'm just sending right now. That was a fun episode. I really enjoyed the writing in that episode.
Oh yeah. I liked it for the cinematography personally. Those angles were really.
Oh Jesus! Oh, that episode was well appreciated back then and now.
I love their attempts to make it look Grecian. Like, I'm gonna give her a headband. That'll make it look.
You have to do like push-ups and stuff, and you're just like, yeah. Well, that episode actually was hilarious because they each tempt Aeolus with like a certain like superpower, like either becoming like the best athlete or the best like thinker or the best lover. Mm-hmm. And in each of the times, because he still had his like jealousy of Hercules, and he has like these dream sequences where he's like doing like all this stuff, and Hercules.
Oh wait,
is, like,
wasn't one of those supposed to be Athena?
Yeah, actually.
And Artemis?
Yeah.
Oh, like the.
Wow, they changed actors.
Yeah, but that was like 4 years before. Yeah. That's just a big amount of time, right?
I got one for you, Ashley.
All right.
Oh, look it. When Ares had a farm.
It was awesome.
I remember there was the neighbor that was like hitting on Ares. That was funny.
And they were all like in bed together because.
Just because there was no reason for it.
They were just doing
they only had one bed. They had to share the bed.
Yeah, they wanted to share.
The obvious conclusion.
That episode was hilarious.
The hell? Mm-hmm. Did Xena, I guess that was a question, did Xena have any feelings for Ares?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, she wanted that, but she was like, no, you're too bad for me.
Yeah.
She did it.
It was obviously just to hit that feeling. But...
Oh, yeah, that's the question. Like, she definitely had a sexual attraction, but did she have anything more is the question.
I think she warmed up to him a bit.
I remember this. Oh yeah.
That was the one where actually that was a little setup. Like she was supposed to get interrupted by her mom, but like mom took forever to show up.
And I was so mad when it did. I'm just like, no.
I know.
First time watching that, I'm just.
We were all happy until you came here.
What was the Xena and nipple biting?
The world is finally as it should be.
They were in that episode when they were doing the musical episode. There is this song that Ares sings to Xena called "Melt Into Me." And I was like, this is too much. This is really
Ares Xena was my OTP all the way. I kept hoping it would happen, and then they never did, and I'm just like, no!
It was disappointing. I was like, this is perfect. We all want it. Gabrielle can stay, obviously. I don't think he'd be opposed to that. And his voice was just great in that episode.
Yeah. So upsetting. We could have had other series with him in it.
Another good screenshot from that Apple episode.
We could have had it all. Oh, yeah. Who's supposed to... Wait, I think I know who's who.
Yeah. Athena is the one that's conservatively dressed.
Yeah. the both of the virgins are like, we're just here for the lulz.
You poor simple man.
I think another actress in season 1 became big. What's her name though? Lucy something. Lucy Lee? I think she was in Hercules as well. No, not Lucy Lee. What's her name? Like she was an Asian actress that's famous. Lucy Liu. I think she was on one of the early Hercules episodes.
Hercules. Was she like a love interest, or was she just kind of?
No, she was just somebody they helped out. It was like a one episode thing. Like her and her husband were being helped out or something. The March to Freedom. Well, that's old school. I think that's season 1.
Did you guys like all the series that kind of spinned off of it? Like they made. Well, that, and they also made like attempts at other series like Sinbad and.
That was in the same group. Like, oh, you mean like just inspired?
Yeah, the same group of people.
Clones, yeah.
Oh.
None of them ever took off.
It's like they were trying too hard with the other ones.
Yeah. They also didn't seem to have as much of a budget as the Hercules and Xena did. I never really got into young Hercules because it was just... I don't like when shows go backwards.
Yeah.
I want to go forward.
For me, it's just like the fact that Ryan Gosling was Hercules, and now he's like huge.
Yeah, he's big now.
Oh my god, I didn't even realize that was him.
Yeah.
I just remember back then being like, isn't this the guy from that other show that I hate?
And it was only half an hour, I think, the young Hercules, right? So they had the...
Yeah.
Yeah.
What was he in before that? There was a like some sort of stupid teen show that he was on. And,
it was like a boat show. Like he was on a ship, like a ship that was moving around. Remember that? Let's look it up on him, yeah.
The Mickey Mouse Club. He was on that. Are You Afraid of the Dark? Goosebumps.
Could have been Are You Afraid of the Dark?
Breaker High. Breaker High is the one that were on a ship, I think.
And he was in Hercules still, too. That would have been awkward.
Yeah, that must be it, Breaker High.
Canadian. Yep, on a cruise ship.
That show was only one year? I remember that. I thought that was longer than that.
Yeah.
Well, they had a lot of episodes in 1 year. See, they had 44 episodes in 1 year, and yet Legend of Korra only has like 12. The hell?
Don't even get me started on Legend of Korra. That's so much.
Ashley hasn't seen it yet, so we're not going to go with that. Yeah.
Yeah, no. Okay. It's done now, is it?
Couple more episodes.
Like 2 weeks. That show gives me so many feels.
Then I'll start watching it.
Yeah. We'll get your feedback on the Bastards of Kingsgrave. Oh, you're gonna like it. There's so much theory and stuff.
Well, I'm a huge Avatar fan, so
Yep.
I've been holding back watching it because I'm just like, nope, gotta wait.
Well, it's kind of the weekly fill a lot of us had going is just like getting Korra on Saturday and then Game of Thrones on Sunday.
Yeah. That was the highlight.
I remember the wait for the ending of season 3 of Avatar.
Oh, you were watching it then, eh?
Yeah, and that killed me.
How long of a wait was it?
It was a while because they like held off in the last few episodes for I don't know why.
Then they showed them like every day. I remember over here it was like every day they showed a new episode. I'm just kind of like, yes, this is what I've been waiting for. Then it was over.
It was over so quickly.
That was the downside.
You were such a tease.
They had the longest breaks in between.
Yeah, it was a very long hiatus, and it wasn't even like for a season. It was for like part of a season that had that.
Yeah,
break.
it's just because like I felt like they always marketed the show like crap because they make all their money off of SpongeBob, so it's always SpongeBob.
Well, I admit I got into Avatar a little late. Like it was already I think was it? I'm not sure if it was into the hiatus, but it was, or if it was just during season 3 that I got into it in general. But it's like you don't know. There's.
It's not advertised as much as anything else. Like there's never anything big for it on. Like they didn't even like in Encore. It's not a spoiler, but they don't even have like episode previews most of the time. It's just SpongeBob right before, SpongeBob right after.
Yeah.
I hate it. I had to sit through like so many commercials of Madagascar 3.
I just sent a link of one of the enforcers. She was actually that actress was actually in like a fighting league or something. She's actually a trained fighter.
And looks like it.
Yeah, a one-nighter.
Yeah, I'm just gonna go with Scorpions.
You're gonna go with Scorpions,
Scares
Ashley?
me.
With this, I thought she'd be right up your alley.
She scares me.
You know what? Salt.
She was made out of water, anyways. She's a water elemental, so
Yeah, that's all. I'll take it. What is dead when men never die? So.
Just see if I can find the Hercules, the fire enforcer. I think she was not into guys though. Let's see.
Perfect. I win. All the lesbians. Wait.
I think we're getting near the end here. Oh, this is when she's like killing Aeolus. Let me send that link.
Let me look upon the face of evil. Oh yeah, snakes and scorpions.
That is not cool.
That second picture just gave me so many nightmares.
It's Melisandre.
Wow. Wow. No. I need to go look at Ares again because I need that blocked out.
You need to clear it out of your mind.
Oh my god.
Here, let me send you another.
Oh god, I don't want to click, but I'm going to do it anyway.
Click on these last two.
How dare she smile at me for what she's done.
Ah, I thought you were sending me Ares pics. Damn you.
I'm going to post the transcript of this with the episodes and the different links and see who we're talking about.
Yeah.
God. No.
She was also a trained fighter. I think that they're both from like some sort of ultimate fighting league or something like that.
They look like they're from ECW. My god, I'm gonna look up more farm Ares.
You wanted the Ares link?
Here you go, Ashley. Where it's safe. Scariness. Is that your type?
Oh, there we go.
I'll send you another one, Ashley.
Yeah, I know. I accidentally clicked on it again, trying to watch Ares. Like, wait a minute.
This isn't what I was looking for. Wow, Gabrielle was all boobs in that episode.
And it was awesome.
I know.
I think they padded her up or something in later seasons.
Well, her shirt just kept getting shorter and shorter, so they had to compensate. You have to push it up. I love Gabby. She's adorable.
They needed Gabrielle, Joxer, Xena, Ares at the end. Instead, they gave us Asia.
A whole continent. No, it specifically was Japan that was jumping the.
It's like
I don't even understand how the hell she got to Japan. Like, how
she was borrowing Littlefinger's transporter. That's how it happened.
I want to find out if I can find that character, the one that was the cause of it though. Was all that little girl, like Asami or something, or
Asami.
Wasn't that her name though? This one too, or?
Oh my god, that would be so funny if that was it.
Oh, I can't believe we forgot this one. It's the old Amazon queen.
Oh, the first one.
Yeah.
Oh.
Oh, she looks kind of like Callisto.
Yeah.
One night stand.
I think Xena wanted to one night her too. So yeah, one night. Hell, even Mary actually, she seemed like a pretty good queen.
Was she the one that Hercules seduced?
No, that was a different one.
But you could see why.
That whole scene is funny because Xena's like peeking in on like the naked queen, and she jumps in and then she like steals Xena's clothes.
I love the Amazon episodes.
Jabra. Akimi.
Look
that
at Xena's eyes. She's like peeking in. That was one of Xena's evil moments. Like when that was evil, Xena, she betrays that queen and murders her basically for Alti.
Like that one with the eyes. Like I have the most awkward boner right now. Here's the girl. Her name's Akimi.
Yeah, this is the live journal I should have found. It's got all the photo. Okay, the one here. Akimi?
Yes,
Yeah,
that's
it's
the
also
one.
Sami. It's Akimi. Yeah.
She's the one you
I
hate.
think people hate her, yeah, because she caused the whole thing.
Ruined everything.
She set it all into motion. She's greedy. Gets,
Wait,
you know,
hold on. Wait. Her mother. How is she related to Lo Mai if Lo Mai is Japanese and all of a sudden this bitch is
What?
Chinese?
What
What
is
is
it?
this?
It says in there? No,
No.
where does it say she's related? She's not related to.
Wait. Okay, I just started reading. I'm just like, what do you mean you're related to? Like, they were just talking about what happened in Chin. I'm like, what does that have to do with anything? She's not Chinese.
Well, it's after the events in Shin where her and Xena and Bryce need to go somewhere. They run off to Japan.
Okay. Oh, okay.
Yeah. So they just kind of fit it into that 10 years of everything.
If you go to China, you might as well go to Asia. I mean, go to Japan.
Just grab a ship, right? Yeah. You can get the new armor, get a new sword, get some manga.
All that protection.
Yeah, ancient manga.
And by new armor, just get rid of your old armor and wear a bra and undies, apparently.
Well, we were speculating that they didn't have any female armor over there, so she had to get like from a harem or something, like some. Well, here's the Athena. So this is the live journal we should have found earlier.
Yeah.
Yeah, I still give her to Scorpions though, because she got on my nerves. I've never liked Athena.
One later.
She was kind of a bitch.
Screw Akemi. Scorpions. And see, even Gabrielle's like, you taught her how to do the pinch.
And you didn't teach me? I'm your best friend, love her. What the fuck?
Wait a minute, you're gonna die for her? What?
Well, here's that other the healer, the trainer that you mentioned. What's her name? Let's see if this here. Melila. Yeah.
Yep.
She was cool.
She was cute. I'd marry her. She doesn't talk, but that's
That could be
I can
benefit,
live with that.
And a detriment. But you didn't like Lao Ma, Ashley?
It's just too many cultures over-secting, and they're screwing up too many things historically. It was
makes sense.
Yeah, it was at the point where it was just too ridiculous.
It was cool that she was keeping in power by keeping like her husband like poisoned or something. Like
Yeah, and the special powers, with the whole fireballs and flying daggers and whatnot, that was too much. And that she could only do it there, and then she lost the power when she left.
I like this live journal. It's got everything in there.
Like, why is it like whenever you define mystical powers, you have to go to China? Is that like where all of them are hidden?
Well, Hercules gets some in Ireland, so.
I do not remember that one. When did Hercules go to Ireland?
It's when Iolaus dies, but actually dies.
There were so many times you have to clarify.
It's the one where Iolaus dies and Hercules isn't able to bring him back. Like, usually he can bring him back within an episode, but he fails and then he gets, like, all pissed and he goes west. And his ship crashes in Ireland and he ends up fighting, like, Morgan and stuff happens. And then actually Caesar comes up to Ireland.
Was he on that a ship would end up in Ireland from Greece?
Oh, we went just west. He just went on a ship and he was, like, mad with grief.
Oh, God.
I'm still looking at a map in my head. I'm just like, wait a minute.
Yeah. And it's like...
I think they had a map in that episode tracing them in Ireland.
Like, all those rocks, because, like, to get to Greece is, like, it's all mountainy, and that's why they had city-states, and I don't know. Take the history out of
He just
my
went
brain.
straight west, and he just went right out
The thing is, straight west is America.
Well, straight west till he got to Spain, and then the current took him up to...
Okay. They went along the coastline.
Well, no, but they even said, like, he was brought there with a purpose. Like, they needed him there.
Okay.
So, like, he was kind of, like, the Druids helped bring him there. They were guiding his ship. But that arc is good because actually there's an episode when Caesar goes up there and he faces against Hercules.
Oh my God.
That is worthwhile.
I just looked at the map right now, and it's like, there is no way that's how that works.
That's the Druids.
It can't be accidental. That's
the whole thing. It's not accidental. It's the Druids brought him there.
They called him there, because otherwise he would have hit so many countries. Oh God, yeah. Oh, Hercules and Xena. You know no history or geography. Yeah, that's awesome.
Oh, actually, Hercules goes to Atlantis in one of the episodes.
Yeah, but that makes sense in the whole Greek realm of things, at least.
Because, like, Plato talked about Atlantis like it was...
That's true.
There, so.
He's there when it sinks, too, when he gets up.
Because he's cursed and he makes sink.
He's not cursed. Not every woman he hooks up. Only that's why he's so careful about who he hooks up with. That's just, he's got, like, an STD of death.
His dick is deadly. Oh, God.
And not to go on my Ares thing again, but I love the episodes with him and Ares because they'd have this whole, like, Xena moment and be like, wait a minute, you like Xena? I like Xena. And then they'd be all jealous and stuff. It'd be awesome.
They actually, and that was one of the main storylines was that because one of the reasons Ares didn't like Hercules, one, he was jealous of him, but second, he helped redeem Xena and he always wanted Xena back. Mm-hmm. So he kind of like...
That's my girl.
Yeah. And in one of the episodes, he sets up Hercules to get killed. Like he kills Hercules' wife, gets him set up to get killed. So then Xena will get really pissed about it and then turn evil again. Yep. That was all his master plan. And he always has these master plans, and Strife is just like his underling, and he's like explaining.
I loved the Ares trying to get Xena back episodes. They were the best as far as I'm concerned. Everything else can go off.
He was so seductive. Like he would just like whisper in her ear, be all touching her shoulder blades. I'm just like, man, please come into my world. I will lead an army. Give me the sword and all that shit.
I will wear the leather. It's cool. I can deal with that.
Oh, there's one episode
chafing involved, but it's okay.
Where he gets like he's trying to replace Xena, and he ends up with like this male character to replace him, but he's kind of like there's something missing here from the equation. It's kind of funny.
Oh.
Actually, he's always trying to replace Xena, though. That's why he goes with Eve and then other people.
Never works.
And then Xena shows up, and we're getting called by Mimi? The hell?
I guess she's back.
Let's pull Mimi into here, and it'll call it an official crossover episode. If I get this, my other call will go on hold. I can't do that.
Yeah.
It'll pull Mimi in. We're pretty much done, right? Let's throw her in, so she'll show up in the after show.
So, I mean, I should hang up on this call?
No. I'm going to pull Mimi into this call.
Okay.
Yeah.
Kyle's just going to be like,
Hey, Mimi.
What happened?
Hello.
Welcome to the Bastards of Kingsgrave.
So I see you guys have started a new podcast without me. How the fuck long?
Yeah. We've been just... Did you ever watch Xena?
No. Not since adulthood.
Did
you add Kyle?
Oh, I see his
No,
picture.
we're just leaving him out.
Oh, okay.
Not needed.
Yeah, fuck that guy.
Well, you're home early. Like, what's up?
Me?
Yeah, I thought we were going to record in half an hour from now.
No, 8 o'clock.
No, we're half an hour late.
Oh, are we?
Yeah, you guys are late. You guys talked about Xena for the entire night, so congratulations.
Shit. Okay. Sorry about that.
I feel accomplished.
No, Xena and Hercules, Mimi.
Oh, I'm sorry. Both.
You're always dissing Hercules. You gotta learn to pay some respect to Hercules. So.
I don't have a big old boner for Kevin Sorbo like you do.
No, that's Melina's mom has a boner for.
Awesome.
Okay, well we're done. We just wanted to pull you into the after show so we can get more listeners. So.
Nobody listens to the after show. What are you talking about? So pretty much fuck that one guy who said who's Mimi. Fuck him forever. His listening card should be revoked. You need a card to listen to this, right?
That's not a bad idea.
Yeah,
okay, so we'll join you in like 2 minutes. I'm just gonna finish off this.
Oh, you guys are still recording?
Yeah.
Fuck you guys. Seriously, I'm hungry. Let's go.
Okay, we'll be there in a minute. Goodbye, Mimi. Okay, so thanks for listening to the Bastards of Kingsgrave. Thanks for joining us, Melina.
No problem. Thanks for having me.
Okay, we'll see you next time.
Bye.
Thank you for coming.
Okay.
Oh, thank you for having me.
All right. Bye.